Any statement you'd like to make, Mr. Joseph, at all?
We were there when Cowboys cornerback Kelvin Joseph left his attorney's office. Dallas police detectives questioned him for hours about his knowledge of a murder on March 18th. Joseph's name surfaced after this surveillance video was released by Dallas police showing a fight between two groups of men around 1:45 in the morning. It happened outside a club on Lower Greenville Avenue. Police say shortly after that fight, someone from one of the groups drove by in a black SUV and fired shots into the other group. 20-year-old Cameron Ray was shot in the head and died. Dallas police have been looking for those involved.
Take a look at the video, take a look at faces, jewelry, clothing, anything that you might recognize. Then we're asking people to call Dallas police with any information they may have.
Sources say after the videos were released, people recognized one of the men who was wearing a necklace with YKDV on it. That is Joseph's rapper nickname. His attorney, Barry Sorrells, confirmed to WFAA Joseph was in the vehicle that fired into the group, killing Ray, but he says Joseph isn't the shooter. Sorrells said, along with condolences to the Ray family, Kelvin apologizes to the Dallas community for being anywhere near this type of incident. Dallas police wouldn't confirm what Joseph's role is until they finished questioning him.
Kelvin Joseph!
Joseph was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys last year in the second round. He missed out on part of the season because he was injured, but played during the Thanksgiving game. He was on the field and got into a fight after he and a Raiders player taunted each other throughout the game. Both players were ejected. Joseph was cut by LSU after there was off-the-field problems. He was suspended in his final game. He issued a tweet after that suspension, apologizing to fans and saying tough times don't last forever. Tough people do. The Dallas Cowboys issued a statement saying they are aware of the tragic incident that occurred in Dallas on March 18th. First and foremost, our hearts go out to Mr. Ray's family and loved ones. The organization is aware of Kelvin Joseph's possible connection to this incident. The NFL says the matter is under investigation of the league's personal conduct policy. In Dallas, I'm Rebecca Lopez.
Wow. All right, good people. Well, hello, good friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally, and I mean literally, does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods here on this Friday, finally, freaking Friday. I'm hoping everybody's having a good night tonight. It's kind of crazy. Let me do a mic check here.
Mic sound nice, check one. My mic sound nice, check two. My mic sound nice, check three. Are you ready?
Are you ready, Mike? Mike. Mike. Are you ready?
As ready as I can be.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that you're ready. It's been kind of a crazy thing. Let me say shout out to, I'm a little off my game today. I'm a little off. Let me go ahead and say hello to Miss Hot Sauce, Lola. What's up, Lola? Of course, there is Stacy Schubert, who's here to make sure that Mark stays in line, and she's got the hot number for Tracy. What's up, Stacy? There's my partner in crime, Gina Thorne. What's up, Gina? How you doing tonight, Gina? Who did I miss out here? Well, let's see who else is in here. Let me roll on back here. There is Joanne Gonzalez. What's up, Joanne? How you doing? Did I miss any of the lovely ladies? We're getting here early. I normally have this thing run a little bit more. There's I Love Weed. What's up? I Love Weed, man. How you doing, man?
The first one's in here too.
He's all, man. You know what? He's because he's cool. He's laid back because he loves weed.
It's all good. Helps the algorithms.
Okay. Let me go through a timeline here. Michelle. What's up, Michelle? How you doing, Michelle? Is anyone in Lincoln, Nebraska or surrounding area, please take us to Smoke Shop. It's been almost 11 days since I had a real toke. Christy Marie. What's up, Christy Marie? How you doing, Christy? Are you new here? Welcome to the channel. And we got more ladies than I can shake a stick at. My wife's going to be jealous. You know, she got to be jealous. I'm 20 miles. Gut Bomber said he's 20 miles away. I got finished. I was, down the road. Every week now, I'm going to have to go down and work in the country. We're getting started on the Red Brick House. Thank God. Although we have a couple other projects we have to do. Some people need some places to live. So we've got to renovate them and get them move-in ready for them and stuff, which we love to do. So I'm going to be down the road, and it's not always very quickly that I can get stuff uploaded. And me and Mike last night were staying at the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn, and I was sitting there and I was watching. Huh?
That's Motel 8.
Don't tell me. Listen, you know I got that crack pipe out there. You don't tell them. Oh, it's a Hotel Motel Holiday Inn, Motel 8. You know, Red Roof Inn. Don't give too many details. Damn. And I popped up my computer, and then I was listening to Nothing But the Best.
He was the first one on it.
Well, he was the only one that was on there because I was listening to Law Nation.
Also,
you know,
he's out there too, where it actually.
Well, he's in
They probably
Dallas.
saw it on the local news before anybody else saw it.
Well, what Law was talking about last night, and then shout out to Gina Thorne. Because Gina and I, you know, she sent me a text, and I picked up the phone. I gave her a call. I said, Gina, because I was watching, and this is the clip. Let me play the clip, because this is what actually got everything going.
A group of young men came to Dallas from East Texas last month to celebrate a birthday. All of them would not go back home. 20-year-old Cameron Ray was shot and killed along Lower Greenville. The story behind his murder is the focus of Fox 4's Sean Rabb's trackdown this week. The suspects caught on tape, but still at large.
I'm with Dallas Homicide Detective Tanya McDaniel. We're at the intersection of Greenville and Martell Avenues, Lower Greenville. Detective, what happened here?
Well, what happened here, we had 20-year-old Cameron Ray here enjoying a night with some friends for a birthday, and he ends up, unfortunately, being shot and killed.
Cameron Ray from Athens, Texas, had come to Dallas with 3 friends for a fun weekend.
He was enjoying himself, doing nothing wrong, but that night as it was ending, he was walking with some friends. They encounter a disturbance that they did not start. A fight starts right here at this intersection.
Look at the guy smoking. He walks past Ray and his boys, waits for them, says something, then throws a punch. Fists fly. Focus on the left upper side of your screen.
There's several individuals fighting, and I need those people identified.
Fighting finished, Cameron Ray and his friends are walking to their vehicle.
And all of a sudden you see that black suspect vehicle riding up the street, and shots are fired from that vehicle towards Cameron and his friends.
The SUV in the spotlight circle, like a Suburban or Tahoe. The group detective looking for caught on tape.
They are the same people who were involved in that fight.
This is video from one of the places detectives suspects went to on Greenville Friday, March 18th.
I need for people to pay attention to what these individuals had on from head to toe. Look at their hair. I need you to look at what they had on, because they had writing on their clothing, on their hoodies. They had jewelry on. I need you to look at some of their medallions and see what it spells out. I need you to look at their faces and look at the group of people that were together themselves, because if you know somebody in that group, then you're gonna know the rest of them. So I need you to point them out, put them on blast, so that they will come in and talk to me, because somebody died here and we need to find out who shot Cameron.
Okay, how can people reach you?
They can text me or call me on my cell phone.
What's that number?
That number is 469-261-6790.
And your email?
My email.
So here's what happened last night, because, you know, Mike was over there, and I was like, watching Law, and I was, you know, you don't want to go on and say, you know.
Take note if you know anything about this situation.
Well, but at this point, when the police, they did this 2 days ago. 2 days ago, this was the news because they didn't know who these people were. And so Law Nation heard some people on Instagram and things that said, that's Kelvin Joseph and stuff. And so he went with the chain on.
That's someone stole it. And
but
that happens too.
I was sitting here like, wait a minute. No, I was like, no, come on, man. Because I was looking at the crowd of guys. Okay, now I get it. That's the chain that he's got and everything else. But, you know, there's a lot of people that want to look and dress and look like you and
Or
stuff.
someone stole
you know,
it.
right? Somebody could have stole it.
Snatched his chain.
And so I went to Instagram, and I wasn't following him, but I found him. And so I followed, but there was no content there. I went to Twitter. He was there on Twitter. Okay, so here's his Twitter site and all that. And I'm looking at Twitter trying to find anything about Kelvin Joseph, being wanted, and I couldn't find anything. And so that's what I'm talking to Mike. I'm like, Mike, I said, I see Law Nation and stuff. I said, Law wouldn't go out there unless he believed that this was right. And I said, but I can't find anything to back it up. I'm talking to Gina Thorne. I picked up the phone and I called her because I was comparing pictures of Kelvin Joseph with the picture that I saw in there. And to me, the eyebrows, and Gina probably remember, I said the eyebrows looked a lot darker in this video here, and the nose didn't look quite the same. I said, man, I don't think that's him.
Also, it's at night, too.
It was at night, true. So the shadows were different.
The eyebrows could look darker because it's black and white, and then it's dark outside, too.
So I'm like, nah, I did a video, but I said, I'm not putting that out there. And then I fell asleep, and then it came through, and you said, I think about midnight or so, that there was more stuff on it. Yeah, his Instagram page was gone last night. Yeah, and his Twitter is gone now too. The Twitter was gone this morning.
That's what makes it to me suspicious.
So
that he knows more than what he's put than what's out there. Because you don't just scrub your Instagram or your Twitter if you have nothing to hide.
Game changer. If you ain't guilty and you have a career that makes millions, if you don't do anything, you call the cops. Well, now here's the problem. I said, okay, so all day today, you've been getting like more breadcrumbs. Okay, it was, that he's a person of interest. Yeah, he, was in the vehicle. Now it's, he was in the vehicle. He didn't have a gun. Now he's been questioned by police for hours. So it's like, as this thing goes on, it's like another layer of that onion that keeps getting peeled off. And it's now, okay. But the problem is, and like Miss Jackie shared with me, and shout out to all the people that helped me bring this stuff together. Where's damn Gina? Yeah, Michael?
I don't know.
Da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
Is missing.
I have no idea where she is.
If anybody knows where. Da-da-dunt, da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
She got little ones too, She got kids too.
I got you, okay.
So she might be spending time with them tonight.
All right, okay. Why so sensitive?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Here's my thing, because I'm saying, you know why I disbelieved it? Let me go back here. Let's go back here.
It's Tanya.McDaniel.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. When I was watching this, I was like, wait a minute.
And shots of.
Hold on. Let's see.
People identified.
Fighting finished.
Hold on. This is why I was like, this can't. Nah, I'm like,
all of a
why?
sudden you see that black suspect vehicle riding up the street.
Hold on.
And
we'll get to it in a second
fired
here.
From that vehicle towards Cameron and his friends.
The SUV in the spotlight circle.
Come on.
Like
I'm
a
sorry.
Suburban
Sorry,
or
I'm not in the
Tahoe.
right spot.
The group detective looking for.
Okay. Take a look at, but I'm looking here.
It's hard to see too, because
I know it's hard to see, but okay.
But the chain gives it away.
If this is my man, right? NFL player. Take a look at the guys he's there with.
Well, he's also 20 years old.
Caught on tape.
But wait, hold it.
People who were involved.
You hold it. You an NFL player. You're an NFL player.
Looking for.
Look at the guys that you. Are you kidding me? These are the guys that you're hanging out with as being a Dallas Cowboy NFL player wearing a hoodie. Are you serious? This is your group? You worth millions of dollars. You're an NFL player. You're in the spotlight, and this is your group? Okay. So when we were coming up the road,
the same people who were involved in that fight.
And this is Todd Wilson. What's up, Todd Wilson? Shout out to Todd Wilson.
Take the money out, all of it.
Too, about $50, I think.
No, that's $10. It's Mexican money.
I know, but
look, it's 10:02. But I appreciate it.
I thought it was like
it's pesos, man. It changes.
Like 50, so.
Look. Two Thriller for Life said, Mark, this is Texas. He's going down for real. Don't shame Michael. He has to give his dad advice. What's up?
Well, who knows the laws in Texas? I don't know the laws are in Texas.
Well, basically, but see, here's but
because he was in the vehicle, so what does that?
That's translate? The problem. So at first we were like, oh, well, he wasn't the one. He wasn't the shooter. Yeah, but
you were in the vehicle. So what is the laws of Texas?
So
Because every state's
So
different.
it's like, wait a minute. So we go rob a bank, right? You know, you come into the bank with me, right? You come into the bank with me. I rob the bank, and you walk out with me, right? You didn't have a gun. You didn't tell them to stick your hands up or anything, but you're with me. What happens? Don't they arrest you? Because you came in the bank with me. You left the bank with me.
And the getaway driver, too. They'll get.
And we're riding in the car together. Hey, I didn't rob the bank. No, you didn't.
Yeah, but
your ass is going down.
Yeah, because you were there. You could have done something to stop them.
Okay, so
there's something you could have done to stop the person from shooting. That's why you're going down.
True. Or here's the problem. So you're talking to the police, right? Are you gonna rat out your people? I mean, that's the way. That's if you got a chance to save your ass, you got to point fingers and be the witness.
Because he needs to save his career right now.
I'm just saying that
the best thing for him is to get suspended.
And here's the thing. So this thing happened March 17th.
Yeah, last month.
So this happened almost a month ago, and so you said, "Oh man." But here's my thing, man. You know what? This points to the Jones family.
Yeah, those number 2 picks.
And number 2, that's fitting. With the exception of Diggs. Diggs has been good. Diggs has been fantastic. And D-Law.
Well, D-Law got suspended a couple of times.
For performance enhancing that one time.
He got
4
suspended
games.
twice.
Was it? Okay. All right, but I'm not going to equate him with Taco Charlton or with Tristan Hill. So I know Taco was a first round pick. I mean, we're just saying that this is just a bust. He's at least done some good things for the team. He has at some points been one of the top players in the NFL. When we talk about Connor Williams, when we talk about Tristan Hill, when we now talk about Boss Man Fat, when we talk about, let's see, who else am I missing? I'm missing somebody really bad too. Woozy wasn't bad. He just never panned out to be a second round pick.
He went to the Super Bowl, so.
But when you get a guy in the second round, he should be a starter on your team for 6-8 years.
Yeah, but
that should be. Listen,
work out that way for the Cowboys. It don't work that way for us. It don't work out for.
Oh, East Side. You know what, East Side? You always show up for bad times, don't you? His career is the least of his problems. You're right about that, Sugar Daddy. This is where it's stupid. Okay. All right. Let's just look at all the things that are stupid here. One, you're hanging out with your posse. You're hanging out with your posse.
I forgot Jalen Smith.
Oh, Jalen Smith. Okay. Yeah, because, see, again, that was another one that said, well, you know, he's injured. He's injured, so we can get, first-round talent in the second round. Scratch and dent. Jalen Smith. Paid him a whole bunch of money. You got one really good year. I'll give you that one.
That's when he played next to Sean Lee.
Look, Richard, you know what? And it's funny because how many people said, get rid of Anthony Brown. This just made Anthony Brown's stock go up some more. Anthony Brown, you know what? He'll do when you ain't got nobody else.
Anthony Brown would actually play good last year.
But here's the thing.
Compared to previous years, he actually improved.
Fine. You're an NFL player. You're worth millions. You know that bad shit happens because you're an NFL player.
Especially
so one thing, if I'm an NFL player, I'm going to tell you one thing I would never do. I ain't never driving anywhere. Just not going to do it. If I'm going to go out and hang out, I've got a driver. Not going to do it.
But don't they have that program?
They have right. They have basically all you got to do is call a number. You're an NFL player. You get picked up. No questions asked. But listen, service. I'm not even going to have to do that because I'm planning ahead. I'm going out. I got a driver. I got security for me. Period.
Yeah, those guys don't look like security.
There ain't no security. There ain't no damn security.
There's a bunch of hoodlums.
Oh, okay. That was the security guy. We're clear and safe and all that. We're going to start firing right now. Oh, come on, man. Come on. But second thing.
There's a whole bunch of hoodlums.
Second thing, I ain't going out. Guess what? The party's going to be right here.
Look at
the party's going to be right here.
Look at Dak Prescott's house.
Okay?
You think he needs to leave?
There you go. Because when you are an NFL player, you got a target on your back. When you are an NFL player / rapper with a big-ass gold name tag on you,
if you're playing for the Dallas Cowboys,
you got a tag on your back and a tag on your front. Sorry. I hate to be like that. Hate to be like I'm stereotyping, but guess what? You are now a magnet for trouble. Okay, be that as it may. For whatever reason, a fight breaks out and I'm an NFL player, guess what? I'm going to punk out. I'm not going to injure myself.
That would have been the best.
Okay? No, seriously. You know what? I'm going to de-escalate because if somebody pulls out a knife and stabs me, if somebody pulls out a gun and shoots me, you're messing with my livelihood. So guess what? Whatever, dude. Cool. Kiss my ass. I'm gone. Okay? Fighting's not going to do it. Okay. So fine. We've got mistake after mistake after mistake. Fine. You get into a little fight here. Okay. No harm, no foul. Everybody's done and over with. You're leaving. You're leaving. You're in the car driving away. Whoever jumped out the car, didn't jump out, rolled down the window to shoot. Sorry, you're a punk ass bitch.
You are.
You are a punk ass bitch. You're not even man enough to face the person in there. You're going to pull up and just start firing up, just firing a gun randomly. You're not even man enough to go into somebody's face. Because, see, and my wife just basically said, you're old. That's what she said. Just like my man from Friday. Because, see, you know what? If you're a man, you going in that man's face and you're going to fight. But you little punk ass bitches, you little mother humpers that are always out here, me. Everything's supposed to be your way. When you don't get your way, you have a damn temper tantrum and you got to pull out a gun. Because that's the only way you can solve shit. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. Just a dumbass.
When I was in school, we used a fist. I didn't see anybody.
Well, you're old too, or you're getting old.
I mean, that was like over 15 years ago. So I was like,
Okay, so wait a minute. Bobby Belt went on the fan and stated the other guy in the video is KJ's personal cinematographer and that he belongs to games. Say what? The other guy who was firing?
But who do you know who's firing? You can't even tell in the video.
And see, David, that's the other part of this, too, because that's the other part I started thinking. Okay, so now you got to go to the police because you've been identified. Now you have to be the snitch?
I mean, if it saves his career.
But you know what?
If it saves you for going life in prison.
Then I guess you better plan on paying somebody off that you're going to go to jail for it then. It's
at this point.
I'm sorry, but here's the thing that kills me on this. Here's the thing I'm sorry. I sound like an old ass, okay? But what did it solve? The guy who pulled out the gun. What did it solve? Oh man, I killed him. Hey, he's dead, man. I got revenge. Well, guess what? Your life doesn't mean shit now. Your life is over. Hope you feel good about what the fuck you did. Excuse me. See, look at that. Punks made me cuss. Dad, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cuss and do that. But seriously,
that he should be watching.
Seriously,
may not be.
I'm just like, what do you think that you just solved there? You are away from the area. You are done. You're safe, and now you got to pull out the gun and start shooting. I'm sorry. And the worst part about this is, if you are an NFL player, what?
Oh, your girl's in the house. Oh, damn, Gina's in the house.
Late.
Damn, Gina.
Okay. Welcome, Gina. We were all concerned. People were like, where's Gina? Where's Gina? I was like, I don't know. And I asked Mike. Mike got all defensive. I was like, damn. I was literally like,
Damn, Gina.
come on back. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to get emotional. I'm sorry to get emotional because trust me, I did stupid stuff and got in fights all the time in school.
But not nothing like this.
But I'm still sitting here.
Not like this.
I'm still sitting here. But here's the thing. This is
I
where
did stupid stuff too, but not like this.
You know, there's an old saying. There's an old saying: when you got friends, when you got money, you got lots of friends. But when you don't, they don't come around. And see, this is one of those cases of, I'm the NFL player. I'm a star. I got money. We can go out, hang out. We're going to spend all this money and stuff. If you were the true friend of him, that's where I got to be careful what I do. Because what I do when I'm out with him is a reflection on him. They ain't your friends.
But they don't care. All they care about.
They ain't your friends.
You know what they care about? They care about the green.
More. Shout out 28 months as a super fan. Damn.
Over 2.
That's 2 years. Raven-S. The one with the gun ain't got no grits. That's what I said. I'm sorry.
It's all the same.
And maybe somebody comes in here and blows me away because I'm saying that if you have to rely on shooting somebody as you're driving away, you're a punk ass biatch. I'm sorry.
But see, the thing,
that's a coward.
The sad thing is, it's only getting attention because he's an NFL player. If it was any other circumstance, it would get any attention, which is sad.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm saying the same thing. For anybody that has to do a drive-by, you're a punk-ass biatch. Sorry.
Yeah, when it comes to us,
you know what? If you want to kill somebody, at least, if you are willing to kill somebody, don't do it where it's all antiseptic. Go into their face. You have to deal with seeing this person die. So you can live with the damn guilt for the rest of your life.
No, the person, he'll be sitting in jail for the rest of his life.
At least, if somebody's going to shoot and kill me, I want you to remember what my face looked like and what you did for the rest of your life. I don't want you to be it's a drive off. Okay, I never saw the guy. I never saw the ramifications of it. No, I'm sorry. See, and that's the fault on that lies with Kelvin.
You could have done something.
That's your friends that you decided to hang out with. I'm sorry. And y'all can say I'm wrong or what. I don't care. I don't care. If you're out, and this is what I always say, bad things only happen at night. Well, no, they happen in the daytime too. But seriously, when you go out at night, that's when the bad stuff's gonna happen.
These guys, all they care about is can I hold a dollar?
Yeah.
That's all they care about is what are you gonna do for me?
You know how many people are just hanger-ons?
Yeah, all these guys are hanger-ons. You looking at them right now. And they're
I tell you what, let me give you a great example. Kermit Alexander put his essence. What's up, Kermit? The ones shouting Black Lives Matter, the ones killing each other African Americans. Okay, it's time for Jerry to cut him.
Well, I wouldn't cut him just yet until you figure out what's the ramifications of it.
He's questionable history, and okay.
Well, the history too. That's the other thing too that you brought up on another video. It's all the other stuff he did before he came to NFL. That makes me question where his mind is and how he grew up.
That was, but before I get to that, what he's done in the past, think about Vince Young. Okay. Now, Vince Young didn't kill anybody or anything. Vince Young just wasted his money.
Oh, that's the guy. Isn't he over $1 million in debt?
Yeah, but that's chump change in comparison. I mean, hell, a lot of people are $1 million in debt. But no, but here's my thing. Think about Vince Young when he was out there buying shots of Louis the 13th or 14th or whatever it was. You know what I mean? He was buying like 75 shots of that stuff at like $250 a shot, right?
Or eating that cheesecake when he could have bought a Cheesecake Factory.
Right. So you had, all those people that were his friends, right? Okay. DMV. What's up, DMV?
Wait.
How you doing?
What's that website up there?
What's up, man?
What website?
Bleacher Report.
Where?
In the corner. On the thing, it looks like it's Bleacher Report.
Bleacher Report.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you're not up there?
I think when you put me up there, it was on the...
Okay, let me fix that. What's up, DM?
I don't have to be up there. Though.
Hold on. I was just saying about your friends not really being your friends. I was thinking about Vince Young. When Vince Young was out there spending $15,000 a week at Cheesecake Factory, feeding people, right? That when him and Liddell White were out there buying, shots of Louis the 13th or 14th at $250 a whack for everybody in town. Now that he's broke, I'm wondering how many of those people still come around and hang out with him and help a brother out.
Facts, man. Facts. I don't know. I can't call it either. You're probably right about that, man.
Right? Okay,
Definitely.
so Kelvin Joseph's friends that he's hanging out with here, if they were really his friends, when they got out of this situation, to turn around and say, let's start shooting at these guys when we're safe, they weren't really his friends, were they? They should know, hey, look, I got my buddy who's an NFL player. I can't mess up because it reflects on him.
Yeah, you're right.
Whoever pulled the trigger
right.
might as well have pulled the trigger at Kelvin Joseph because you just killed his NFL career.
Not like they cared about it. All they really cared about is what was their interest at
their interest in all that. So I say all that to just say, be careful who your friends are, because when you got money, you got lots of friends. When you don't, they don't come around, and they'll be the first ones to throw you under the bus. So DMV, shout out to you. Happy birthday to your wife and all that. I actually have one of the original pieces that I made from your wedding. It was a different picture that I never finished to give to you, that I actually came across it the other day. I got to finish it just to give it to you. Maybe I'll do that and say it's a belated birthday present for your wife. For one of those days when you need to get out the doghouse. Honey, here you go.
Look what I got. Look what I got. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's so sweet. I'm still mad at you, but you're sweet.
Yeah.
Before we get back into this, this time next week, where are you going to be?
This time next week?
Yeah.
I'd probably need to park over there, man. I probably need to, go
I'm
to
sorry,
your house.
2 weeks. I'm sorry, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, man. Oh, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be in Viva Las Vegas, baby.
Viva Las Vegas. That's right. My man is headed to Vegas a week from Wednesday. If you haven't, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm not going to talk to you no more. Y'all go over and sub up to my man DMV. He is headed to Vegas. He's going to give us some updates in between being at the club going tipsy. Now, listen, I don't know who your posse is, who your boys are, okay? If you get into trouble with people, do me a favor. Just use this. Just and walk away. Because you know what? I don't want shit like this with Kelvin Joseph. That was just stupid.
I think about that all the time. It's actually funny
James
say that, because I think about that every time I step out the door. I think about whether those situations are going to be like that. So I'm always cautious. I always think about those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why in that position, Kelvin Joseph, or there isn't anybody else looking out for him in that moment. I can't call it. And it's not just Kelvin Joseph. It happens a lot more often than we think. I just don't understand why people just don't, protect the franchise, protect the brand. You know what I mean? Like,
you would
your
think
craft,
so.
It's your craft, man. Protect it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, we could look at him and say he's young, because I think he hasn't turned 21 yet, has he? I don't think he's.
Yeah.
I mean, he is really young, and when you're young, you're invincible and you're hard headed and everything else.
Especially when you get money.
But this is a travesty, man. I mean, I'm just like,
at that age, I'm not above getting in fights. I'm pretty sure me and some of my teammates had gotten in fights and stuff like that, and things have never escalated to that. But I mean, it is. I mean, I don't know.
And maybe he never knew that somebody else was going to be pulling out a gun, because he could have been there like, oh shit, we're going. Hey, what the? Oh shit! Yeah, man, but you got to know who you're. When you're an NFL player, you got a target on your back that everybody looks at you and says, money, 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 money. I can get rich and famous off you. You do something stupid out in public, especially as a Cowboy player, we gonna get paid.
Yeah, and maybe, I mean, for all we know, maybe he had contacted a lawyer and they had already, figured out in case something like this happens to, this is how we're going to play it. I don't know. You never know. Because if it had not been for that that police video or whatnot of them looking for the suspects, and then some family members putting it together. I mean, I don't know too many people who would just volunteer. Hey, I was part of a murder.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it was almost a month ago. Had it not been for that news report showing the videotape out there, nobody may have known who he was.
No. The chain,
but everybody in the street, streets talk, and everybody in the street knew who it was.
Yeah, but they weren't going to talk about it.
Yeah, they weren't, and until the family member really came out. Yeah, so
I don't know, man. Well, I guess who probably feels pretty good right now is Anthony Brown.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, to be honest with you, it's not like he wrestled the position away from Anthony Brown anyway.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we want Anthony Brown gone, as much as we wanted Anthony Brown replaced, evidently whatever Kelvin was doing, whatever Kelvin or Deshaun Wright was doing, it wasn't good enough to take his job. They had every opportunity.
So you think Cowboys now need to put cornerback on the draft board?
I mean, I never took it off my draft board, but at the same time, I don't think that they need to just go ahead and make that any more of a priority than it already was. Like I said, and I've been saying for a while, at 24, if the best player on the board was a cornerback, I still was going to take the cornerback. I mean, because like I said, my second round pick couldn't take the job from Anthony Brown. So evidently, it's not like I couldn't get better there.
But this goes back to,
the number 2 pick.
They say a fish stinks from the head on down. This goes back to draft philosophy. First round draft picks, we've been lights out. I mean, in comparison to most teams, except for Taco. I mean, nobody's perfect, but you can look at the last, since Will McClay has been the acting.
I wouldn't say lights out. I think we've been okay.
Okay.
I think we've been solid.
Look at us, say, versus Washington.
Okay. But they stink.
Okay.
They stink at the draft.
Okay. Us versus the Eagles.
They stink at the draft.
Us versus the Giants.
They stink at the draft.
Okay. There's my point. In comparison to them, we're butter.
Us versus the Ravens, or us versus
I'm just saying first round picks. First round picks.
That's what I'm talking about.
If the Cowboys, okay, all right. You still have to look at it and say the Cowboys are better than average in first round picks.
Yeah, we're better than average. We're better than average. Yeah.
Their problem is when they get to the second round, they say we want value at the second round. We'll take a guy who's damaged and we'll take a risk on him. Jalen Smith. A lot of teams said he may never play again. We're not going to take him. So he fell.
Luckily, we got one year out of him.
Randy Gregory. Everybody, he should have been a top 10 pick, right?
Yeah.
Cowboys said, we'll take a chance on him because he's damaged goods. Right?
Yep.
You look at Tristan Hill. He had problems getting along with the coaching staff in Florida.
He did. He barely
right?
played
They wouldn't let him start because he wouldn't do what he was supposed to. Cowboys take him in the second round. Hey, he's a first round talent. He's got issues. We're going to take him.
Yeah.
Kelvin Joseph. A lot of GMs said, the whole thing with him having to leave LSU. And it's like, wait a minute. You have to leave LSU?
LSU.
That's a good
okay. This is not like he had to leave Harvard. Okay. We're talking about, we only care about your football ability. We could put up with a whole lot of shit, but you had to leave there?
I think it was a failed drug test.
Several. And,
Mark Hutchinson.
What's up, Mark? So that's 4 right there that you can look at. They said, we're going to get first-round drafted guys, talent, that are damaged. And all 4 of them have kind of blown up in their face.
Yeah. Yeah. But I want to kind of go back to your first round point too, though, Mark. We're lights out at first round when we are in the top half of the draft.
True.
When we're at the bottom half of the draft, I think the only one I could think of that we were good when we traded back was for Travis Frederick. Everybody else stinks.
We were great on that one. That was
he's still playing.
Yeah.
Vander Esch was not a good one. I mean, he was serviceable, but not what you would think is a first round.
I think his first year was his best year.
what was that? Zach Martin was what number 6? That was the 16th pick, right? Like, yeah, that's top half.
Yeah.
That was a really good pick.
So,
but yeah, I mean,
until it's low,
interesting take here. Well, so Jerry Jones saying that he wants to move up.
For who?
But see, that's the thing that was kind of the message that got lost to me, because Jerry Jones didn't trade up for Travis Frederick. We traded down for Travis Frederick.
We did for Travis, yeah. Because we got a third round pick and we got Terrence Williams.
So maybe by trade up he meant like we actually traded or we made a deal. But we didn't trade up and get him. The only person we traded up to get was Morris Claiborne, and
that blew up in our face.
We even traded back for Taco.
And that's also a second round pick that we blew too, because we gave up a second round to get him.
Mike said we traded back for Taco. I don't remember that.
No. For Micah. I said Micah.
Oh, for Micah, yeah. Well, true, yeah. We traded back, but it still was in the top half of the draft.
Yeah, but we still traded back for him.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I look at it and say I would rather trade back than move forward.
I'm with you, Mark. Absolutely. I mean, I'm almost at trade back anyway, but you just got to see how the board falls, because if a stud falls to you, you just got to take him.
Who would you? Okay, let me. You're the draft guy. I'm the admitted one who just does not have enough time to do it. If you were to trade up,
Jordan Davis. That's it. That's the only pick.
That's what I said.
I'm gonna finish the question. That's it.
That's what I said. People are like, "Oh, he's not even the best defensive lineman on the draft," and he could be about now.
Bullshit.
The only thing here's the only thing I could say Jordan Davis could be a bust from. I was talking to Dave and Dale, from our Pro Athletes Hemp Association.
Yeah, and I'm going to have them on my show after this one. So, we're going to talk a little.
20% off.
Dave is a stat guy. He is a stat geek like you would believe. And going through there, because basically I've kind of sent a couple of things to him and said, "Can you work on this?" And it's like, here you go. It's like,
links in the description.
His whole thing about undrafted rookie free agents, and that there's more undrafted rookie free agents that become good players than 5th, 6th, and 7th rounders combined, which was kind of blew me away. Oh, what's up, Amanda? How you doing? Terrence Steele was a great one. I had a point here. Now I forgot what my point was. I started thinking.
So you were saying that there were better undrafted free agents than 5th, 6th, and 7th pick.
That wasn't the point of bringing up Dave and Dale.
You were bringing up the fact that that Dave puts together stats like it's nothing.
Yeah, and he had a crazy stat that kind of blew my mind away. The Cowboys always, when you look at starting players in our division, every round the Cowboys are blowing everybody away except for the second round. The second round has just been the bugaboo. I know what it was. Bust possibility. One of the things that Dave was saying was about quarterbacks. That more times than not, quarterbacks that have not been 4-year starters are more apt to become bust than ones that have left early. The ones that have left early usually aren't physically ready. They're thrown to the wolves, and they haven't had as much starting experience, and they tend to fail more than they do elsewhere. The second thing he pointed out there is sometimes the biggest schools aren't the best schools for quarterbacks, because they typically will have a lot of great players surrounding them, and they don't have to work quite as hard to end up achieving. If you're a team that's one of the top teams in the country and you've got, 10 guys that are going to become NFL players, you don't have to be as good as the guy who only has like maybe 1 or 2 players on there to be able to compete against them. But when you get to the NFL and everybody is a top player, then all of a sudden you fail. So he said a lot of times what happens is smaller schools quarterbacks or lesser program quarterbacks that are really good, as opposed to a guy who's really good at, say, Ohio State or Alabama or something like that, end up being more successful. So my thing would be is when you look at Jordan Davis and all of the players that's like 11 NFL prospects, the only way you'd look at that and say, well, maybe Jordan Davis was so good because he had a lot of great talent around him that you couldn't cover him. You didn't face that many double teams when he gets to the NFL, that maybe that might be an issue. But I was sitting here thinking that if his mind is right and I want to work on my craft it would be hard to see him fail if it, without injuries.
And to be honest with you, I mean, that's even further from the truth as far as him facing less double teams because the guy is just so big. It was impossible for them. I tell you what, in the NFL, I dare them to try and block him single. I dare them to try and do it.
I mean, when this is what's crazy. I don't think people realize when you say 4.8 40, that's faster than what Pat Mahomes ran at the combine.
Man, that's not even the most impressive part to me. The most
6'6"
impressive part to me is how big he is. Yeah,
6'6" at 340 pounds. Are you kidding me? Moving like a freight
Dak
train.
is only 6'2". Dak is only 6'2".
Yeah.
Just imagine him being 6'6" and getting a push not on your center and being able to put his arms up in the air.
Oh my God!
How hard is that going to be for you to like you having to drop your arm a different angle? Might deliver the ball a little late, and maybe somebody gets an interception.
I pray that the Eagles don't get him because I would hate to see him going against Tyler Badish.
Oh, I would hate to see him lined up next
God.
to Fletcher Cox.
Oh my God! Could you see him just literally pick up Tyler Badish and just drop him on Dak Prescott? He would end up rocking that, just bull rushes all he's got to do right up the field. As high as Tyler Badish gets, he's just going to be on skates.
I tell you what, we would have to go offensive line at that point no matter what. We would have to, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're going to have to.
I agree.
You have to counteract it somewhere.
I agree, but here, again, Jerry Jones could be, the great manipulator and we want to trade up, and they're really, trying to focus on trading back and trying to make as much as possible. To me, as much as I would love to get Jordan Davis, I would love to get him, but to me, that's the only guy I look at and say I would go up and get because that's something different than we've ever done, and we could say we're going to have a lights out defense, and that's going to be our strength of our team. Other than that, to me, it's got to be offensive line.
That's where I'm at, Mark. I'm with trying to. I think that we could build a lights out defense. Remember last year, I was like, most guys were like, we should get off defense, and I was like, we can get offense if we want, because we could just build something great and then build around that. I still believe that philosophy, and I think defensively we're closer than we are offensively in what we have. Yeah. And you got a player in Micah Parsons that I just believe is just a transcendent type player that we're gonna look back on, and I think he's gonna be one of the greats. I do believe that. But we got to build around him. Yeah. Think about this, right? And before you say your point, Ray Lewis, as great as he is, they built around him, and they had guys that were tailor made so that he could just do his job.
When you had guys like, Saragusa and Suggs and all that stuff. Yeah. See, this is the thing that people don't realize with a linebacker. The linebacker is the guy to get the glory. It's the defensive front that occupies the space, that holds that space, so that linebacker can see everything that's going on. His job is to scrape, fill in, and be able to make the plays. And we have not had those kind of guys to do that. Jalen Smith could have been really effective if we had a great defensive line that could have occupied space. If Jalen Smith had taken on a guard, it was over. He couldn't shed a block.
We were asking him to be an all-pro from day one, even with the drop foot, because we refused to get him anybody in the front. Like we didn't help Jalen Smith, to be honest with you. He didn't help himself, but we didn't help him.
No. Well, think about this. See, if you had a guy like Rolando McClain. See, Rolando McClain was a thumper. Rolando McClain is another one of those guys that you wish that he had just said, I'm going to be a football player, and that's all I'm going to do, because he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
I love that guy, man.
But that's a linebacker that could take on a guard, give him the forearm shiver, shed him, and make the tackle. Jalen Smith was not that. Jalen Smith's best thing was, I'm going to point A to point B. I can't make a cut, and I'm going to try and fill. I cannot take a block and start again. And so that's where he was definitely. Sam Adams is another one. But they had that big defensive front that would keep Ray Lewis clean. You didn't see Ray Lewis getting molested out there. Ray Lewis was able to get that head of steam on and knock the crap out of people. You can look at my man, Demario Davis. He's a thumper. He's good at taking on those blocks, but they also have a good defensive front in front of him that ends up making him that much better. with Bobby Wagner with Seattle when they had their Super Bowl years. Same thing. They weren't like, huge names, guys like Cliff Averill and Michael Bennett and things like that. But they had a collection of guys that they could put in there that were really good defensive linemen, that were long, that were quick, and could occupy space.
Or what about Devin White? Or you think about those linebackers in Tampa Bay, and they did do what we're trying to do right now with Vita Vea. Me and you, we were huge on Vita Vea.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think Tampa Bay's defense is so good, or what? It was so good when they won the Super Bowl. You got a guy like that.
And Vita Vea, they could put pressure up there, and then David. I'm sorry, what is his name? Damn.
Devin White.
Devin White, yeah. They could play linebacker and not be molested, and they'd make all the plays and stuff. So, yeah, that's the difference. We haven't had those guys up front that could do it. So, yes, Jordan Davis to me would be the missing piece on there. I dare say, if you're saying draft a cornerback because you're worried about Kelvin Joseph or get Jordan Davis, your defense would be better with Jordan Davis than drafting another cornerback.
Agreed.
That guy would make the rest of the defense better.
That's if it's a cornerback and Jordan Davis both. I don't think that it would be both of them sitting at 24.
Right.
But yeah, you always, Jordan Davis. No question. No question. That's the person that there's two people that I would draft that are my favorite people, Jordan Davis and there's a lineman, the offensive tackle from NC State. Ekwonu. Oh my God, dude is a freaking animal. I mean, we don't have a shot in hell at him. He'll be top 3. But yeah, crazy.
Let's say in the same sense that I say that Jordan Davis would be the biggest bang for the buck for the defense, the offensive guard would be the biggest thing. I think a great offensive lineman would help Zeke Elliott.
Exactly.
Okay, to have some holes to be opened. I think it'll help Dak Prescott to keep somebody having to run around and give him more time. And if Dak has more time, that's going to translate into more completions and the receivers having more time to break open in routes.
Less drops.
Micah Parsons make up half of the.
I disagree with it personally because you still got. You can have a great guard. We can have the Dallas Cowboys line, the Great Wall of Dallas, and Kellen Moore still ain't gonna figure out how to scheme it in the run game. It don't matter. That's how I
true.
feel about it.
Okay.
Well,
look, we can't deal with all of the problems. Okay, so are we saying we're better off not having a good guard and knowing he can't scheme it up? That makes it even worse.
Wait about offense.
Well, technically, isn't that what we had? We don't have anything different right now than what we had at guard. We got Connor McGovern. We had him for part of the year anyway.
Yeah, he stunk.
And we still got Biotish. We got the same thing.
Well, going into the draft, hopefully we don't come out of the draft with the same thing. And there is the second wave of free. There's the bargain basement time for Stephen Jones after the draft. He's got his coupons ready. Okay,
he's ready to go to Walmart.
He's got his sales flyer out. Okay,
going to Walmart.
He's going to Walmart.
Was it
Walmart?
What they used to call that Kmart?
Kmart. I know he's sad because the last couple of Kmarts are closing up in New Jersey.
But is it the blue light special?
Yeah,
I'm with Army Mom, Heather C. Let's draft Micah some help, DT or Devin Lloyd. That's where I'm at, guys.
Shout out to
I'm
Heather.
Build this team around. Hey, I know you guys love Dak Prescott, Mark and Michael, and I love Dak Prescott too. But this is Micah's team. It's time to build around Micah. That's how I feel about it.
What's up, Heather's mom?
All Dak Prescott needs is a line. Yeah, my line, he's good.
Dennis, hold on, Dennis.
But Dak Prescott needed.
You're breaking up.
We ain't do nothing when it came. So damn it, we can be out here.
What he said, yeah, you're kind of you're freezing up on us.
I was saying. Well, we said all Dak needed is defense. We got a defense and the offense stunk. So
yeah.
we
got a defense, and you're right. The offense stunk.
I don't know.
Like one or the other.
Keep saying this. How about we defense? Yeah.
I would love to. Believe me, you're preaching to the choir if you're asking me if I want Jordan Davis. I want shit.
Yeah,
hell yes.
Or a linebacker.
Okay.
Or linebacker, or another linebacker.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Mike,
you're speaking to a defensive guy that loves the defense. Trust me. But I would also
Front
like
seven.
to be able to, if we were to be able to get a lights out defense and be able to open up some holes and run the football some, and be a balanced offense, I'd love it. I'd love that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say let's throw for 6,000 yards next year, and I know, fuck that. Oh, damn it. Sorry, Dad. That's the second time tonight I done cussed. I got to stop. It's this whole thing. Boss Man Fats got me just pissed off, man. The whole thing.
You should be pissed off at that.
We don't even call him Kelvin Joseph. We call him by his rap name. That's the funny thing.
What's his jail name gonna be?
But yeah,
okay. What? Is that what?
Damn,
did you say? But
I definitely see Boss Man Fat on his
Boss Man.
He's gonna go to jail and be. But yeah, what's up? But yeah, come on, man.
Oh,
damn.
Come on, man. So guys, I gotta go on that note, man. I gotta get ready for this show.
All right, man. Everybody, when you get out of here, man, go check out my man DMB, and seriously, sub up to my man. He's going to be in Vegas, okay? And some of the things that happen in Vegas won't stay in Vegas if you see DMV's channel. All right? Appreciate you, bro.
Right.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Peace out. Oh, man. But, yeah. He's going to be, but, yeah. Wow.
Well, he froze up when he said that.
That was kind of rolling. Look, everybody's laughing on that. Woo, that's crazy. Boss Man Fat. But yeah, look, everybody. Okay, Cavs ain't going away without a fight. All right. His pop had a comment, clear the way, folks, away. Butt Man. Oh, no, you didn't. You had to go with the fat on top of it. Butt Man Fat. Damn. See, y'all just taking this to a whole nother. I don't know what's wrong with
he's
y'all.
He's the one that called himself that.
Boss
Man Fat. I mean, come on.
No, he called him Butt Man Fat. Okay.
I know, but he called himself Boss Man Fat.
Miss Amari Cooper already. Shay, what's up, Shay? How are you doing? Jason, I would love to see Micah being able to rush the passer too, especially from different locations on the field, so they don't know where it's coming from. 3 bad words, Mark. Okay, but no, actually, we shouldn't even joke about that, because we're talking about lives that have totally been changed because of a few moments of just being stupid. To me, it's just it's sad. It's sad more than anything else that that these young kids think, oh shit, let's solve all this stuff by shooting and killing somebody. That'll fix it.
And also, I'm not making excuses for him, but what environment did he grow up in? Okay. The environment he grew up in, this might have been okay. From what he saw in his childhood, it doesn't make it okay, but I'm just saying though. And that's the sad part about this country, is there's people out there that grow up in environments that think that this behavior is okay.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, that's the truth though.
But you've made it now.
Yeah.
Okay? You've made it now.
And then
now you got to realize that I got to change things. What's happening, Amanda? Amanda and Shay, how are you doing?
I still no excuse for him.
It's stupid, not sad? It's sad that he's so stupid. How about that one? I love weed.
I'm not making excuses for this guy, but I'm just stating the obvious.
Well, the way I've been prefacing it has been saying alleged, okay? Allegedly and so forth. Well, his attorneys basically said he was in the car. He just didn't. He wasn't the shooter. So we can't say that it wasn't him anymore. He was there and part of the situation, and fortunately, guilt by association. Buttman Fat seriously has completely changed so many things: the family, his life, and our draft. This offseason has been terrible.
No, this is the icing on the cake. The other stuff I could have dealt with, but this is the icing on the cake. This incident right here, I could have done without this.
You know how crazy? Here's how crazy it is.
I could have done without this right here.
I don't know why. Okay, here's how crazy it is, and how fast things change. I want you to remember it was just 3 days ago, we were talking about the Cowboys being part of cryptocurrency, right? And moving up in the draft.
And now.
Okay, so this is what we were talking about 3 days ago, and now we're talking about murder.
It's like so nonchalant about it. Mel, in your latest mock, you had the Cowboys taking defensive end Arnold Ebiketie with the 24th overall pick. Who could the Cowboys be trading up for, though? How high you think they need to get?
I love Ebiketie. Yeah, they got Micah Parsons out of Penn State, and Ebiketie is the most underrated defensive player in this draft, in my opinion, Laura. So if they get him where they are, be happy. If you want to move up, maybe Jermaine Johnson II, who had a phenomenal year with the Seminoles, coming over from Georgia, was also their second leading tackler, in addition to 11.5 sacks. And if you want to go up for a receiver, maybe Jamison Williams coming off the ACL. But you talk about a guy like Ebiketie. If he's there where they're picking, and you got a guy coming off the edge with his kind of talent, what he did at Temple, what he did at Penn State, I think that would be a heck of a choice for the Dallas Cowboys. Like I say, on the heels of the Nittany Lion last year with Parsons, another Nittany Lion, be it for 1 year, it was a heck of a year for Ebiketie.
Could you imagine Jamison Williams with that offense?
Like, wait, and CeeDee Lamb, and oh my goodness.
Here's the interesting thing for me when I hear Jerry Jones speak. Number one, you're not moving up just for a need. You're moving up for a want, right, Mel? Like, if you have needs as the Dallas Cowboys that you could probably fill more than likely at 24. So when I hear Jerry say that, he's like, he wants to go get something that is a difference maker. And my mind immediately went to the wide receiver spot. And I don't know if it's Jamison Williams to move up to the top 10. Is it Garrett Wilson to the top 5 to go get him? But I also think, are they trying to find like a Micah Parsons 2.0? Are they going to be so froggy where they try to jump up and get Kayvon Thibodeau? Could you imagine Thibodeau and that defensive end power that he could play with in that defensive line? Karlaftis out of Purdue, the big defensive end. That's the fascinating thing for me is you are not moving up just for a good player. You are moving up to go get somebody as a difference maker, a Kyle Hamilton, a Thibodeau, a Johnson, Devin Lloyd from Utah. That's where I look at for the Cowboys. If they get Jamison Williams, my goodness, because I think a little bit is the NFC. They realize the conference isn't strong.
I don't know if they move up. Yeah. It all depends where they move to, right? To go from 24, you know this, Mel, all the way up to the top 10.
You're not doing that.
Is going
You're
to
talking about
them
3 number ones
for the future. And I don't know that they're willing to risk that, especially on a guy like Jamison Williams, who may not be able to play. I know we're forecasting the middle of the season and all those sort of things, but what difference will he really make for them when they got to win right now? I think they're looking at a cornerback spot. I'm thinking they're looking at maybe like a Sauce out of Cincinnati. If you go back and you look at Dan Quinn and what he was able to do in Seattle when he had those bookend corners, I think that's something that probably plays because they've been trying to get 2 corners in Dallas for a very, very long time.
Mel, I'll ask Mel a question off that.
Defensive tackle.
I agree, like Sauce Gardner, but he's not falling far, correct, Mel? Like you're going to have to go up into that top 5 to go get him, correct?
A lot to unwrap on what you guys were talking about. Let's go to Derek Stingley Jr. If you see him sliding down to that 12 spot, you know Minnesota could be targeting the former LSU Bayou Bengal. You go up and get Derek Stingley Jr. He would have been, had he been healthy this year, he would have been maybe the number 1 player in this draft. Okay, certainly the number 1 corner right there with Sauce. Then you think about Jamison Williams. Great to see a kid, ACL national title game, now being one of the most talked about players in this draft.
That would make him the perfect choice for the Cowboys. Towards ACL, great. Let's get him.
When you're getting ready for the playoffs, maybe gearing up for a Super Bowl run, Jamison will be able to help your football team. To the point about Key moving up. The Atlanta Falcons went from 27 to 6 to get Julio Jones. So it can happen where you can go way up there and get a receiver.
Up a couple of number ones to
would
do
be
that.
Garrett Wilson more so
and then
than Drake London right now. Wilson projected to go 4 to 7. Drake London in that 10 spot. So if you want to go way up, it's probably one of those 2 receivers. Chris Olave, Ohio State would be more around pick 15 to go up there to get him.
Mel, what are you hearing in terms of from teams about Stingley's short window, right? He had freshman year, pretty much that's it. Outside of that, we've
got enough of it. But for me, it needs to be a defensive tackle. I'm sorry. If you're going to move up, you need a guy that's going to be a game changer. Otherwise, you need to fill in the holes. And I'm still, DMV's got a different philosophy than me. I believe if we could solidify the offensive line and make sure that Dak Prescott can be protected and open up some holes for Zeke Elliott and not get a penalty every other play, then that's going to make that offense that much better without necessarily adding a great wide receiver. It just will. Not going to move Stay at 24 unless Davis falls. Yeah, there you go, Bobby. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, because 16 is not as painful to move up to 16.
Right. Well, it still probably costs you, because think about it. The Eagles gave up a first and a third to move up 2 spaces. So if you're talking about going 24 to 16, you're probably talking about at least a second round and probably something else.
We can look at
a second and a fourth.
The chart is online.
Yeah.
They'll tell you
what they think should be. But, of course, the Cowboys will always pay too much and get too little in return when they do it.
Of course they do.
Sign Honey Badger. We ain't signing nobody, so we can forget about that one.
Or who's the other team that's famous for doing that? Oh, the Bears.
The Bears.
They're
Mitch Trubisky. Jeez.
And then the quarterback that they got last year, they gave up way too much to the Giants.
Yeah.
Way too much. They overpaid for that pick.
Hawk, you think that because Kelvin Joseph ended up being that may not be there, that now the NFC East is going to sweep us? Look, Hawk, you know you're my boy. You know, Hawk.
Did you lose a bet again?
Seriously, man.
Did you
Hawk,
serious?
Hawk, I'm sorry, buddy. You got to stop the weed, man. That stuff is just rotted out your brain.
I still think
Kelvin Joseph wasn't really even a starter last year.
he only started 2 games. 2 games. 2. Out of the 10 games he played, he only started 2.
Everything doom and gloom. The
He
young
only got 16, I think.
Trey Young looks like he can be Mark Holmes' daddy with that hair. Oh, man, come on, man. Tyler Linderbaum is highly sought after from Iowa. Yes. Mark only replies to trolls. What are you talking about, Splash Bro? Hawk is not a troll. Hawk's been to my house a couple of times. How's that? Damn Gina has her own.
Da-da-dunt.
I respond to her, and look, she's got her own sound. What are you talking about?
Was she family though? She's family.
Oh, we definitely. Oh, we're gonna be live. Okay, here we will be here live with our fan cams, or excuse me, our troll cam. I guess it could be our troll cam. We will follow Philly 500. We'll follow Cop Pizzle.
Yeah, you will.
We'll follow Rio. In fact, next Thursday, we're going to be doing a family affair with me and my kids. Well, a pre-draft show with Rio, Cop Pizzle, and Philly 500. So we're going to definitely do that. I love the clown hair. Hey, you know what? I'm okay with my hair. My brother Tony never cut his hair, and I miss him. And this having wild, crazy hair reminds me of my brother, if that's okay. I'm sorry if me having my hair a little wild and crazy, because it reminds me of my brother who passed, bothers you all. I'm sorry that it's an issue for you, but for me, it's actually a great memory. So you do you, and I'll do me. Go to DMV. He loves live guest. Hawk was at the CSA. Yeah, Hawk was there. He was there kind of briefly.
Eastside Herald.
Eastside, Eastside.
You gonna have your son-in-law all over, please.
Okay, my son-in-law. Keep dreaming, son. Keep dreaming. Can we move up? Can we get more cap space from? His contract's not that expensive as far because he's still in his rookie second year. So you're only talking about a couple $1 million at most if they can get the exemption, but it wouldn't be anytime soon.
What about that?
Bring my ass to Vegas. I can bring my ass to Vegas, but it'd be hard for me to bring my deep fryer and all that, though.
The question is, does this fall under the clause?
Well, it could be. Yeah, if he gets suspended by the NFL, I'm sure it does.
Because they might be able to void his contract if it falls on that clause.
Yeah, this would be one of those ones. Stephen Jones like, yeah, good thing I got him to sign that.
He really had no choice.
See, that's why I put it in there. Okay.
Well, he really had no choice when other GMs didn't want anything to do with him, so he really had no choice.
Cavs are about to lose. I see a lot of y'all watching basketball. Well, anyway, I'm tired because it's been a long day. We spent 4.5 hours driving on a trip that should only take about 2 hours and 15 minutes because of all the traffic.
And there was an accident, too, that made it worse.
And my man DMV is on live now, so you can jump on over to DMV. But we're going to get ready to get out of here tonight. It's been a long day just trying to keep up, and it's actually been kind of depressing. You think that when you get a guy to the NFL level, that they would end up being understanding that they are fortunate to be able to be an NFL player, but
some people just don't understand when they get money. They just don't understand. You can't have a Micah Parsons every single time you draft somebody.
You're right about that.
Because that guy has it right in the head.
Dennis, I appreciate the fact that you like me, buddy. I'd like to think that I'm likable, but I got a lot of people that hate me. But y'all, let's get your shot glasses together, and we're going to get this stream finished. We're going to turn on over to my man DMV and check him out. Y'all got I got my shot glass. I got mine. If you are a channel member, I see we have a new channel member. Go to the community tab. In there is a post for channel members only that will get you to our Thrive site so we can make sure that you get your shot glass and everything else. So let's get it going. Eastside, you're so funny. Good thing looks aren't everything. Good night, everybody. Time to turn off the lights. This party's over.
The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.
I'm the fucking one who calls the shots. And you better pay me the respect that I gave your brother, or we're gonna have a problem. A bad one. Now get the fuck out of here.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Ladies and and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Four picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles. What do you see about the Bears that would shut them down that way?
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. They're what we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. And that's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Playoffs? We'll talk. Playoffs? Playoffs? Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked. The second half, we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
Okay. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here?